Howdy folks, Mama B here. I'm just finishing up this last row that I've been working on, and we're going to show you basically the next steps. So chain 2, go back in with a single crochet into that top. That's the top of the scallop there. And then we chain 3. Now here's where we started, and so we're going to count 1, 2, 3 roughly. In there is where you want your loop to be, and just slip stitch it. Okay, now I'm going to change colors. I'm going to go back to brown. Okay, after you've done your slip stitch, you're going to want to just do another slip to stop, or to end that so that it's a knot. And then we'll just pull that string out and we're ready to start our next color. Now I want to encase this with brown, this pink, because I just love those two colors together. So I'm going to do more of this stitch, this color, and then when I get done with that, we're going to add in another color. Okay, so now I've tied that off, and I'm going to start my next row. And there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can either do a row of double crochets in every stitch. That's going to be tedious, especially where these are chains. Or you can just do the stitches. So the way we did the browns, again, is chain 5, and then go into where you did your double chain, or your two chains, and just do a slip stitch. I'm working my ends in, so it's a little slow there. Now we chain 3, and then we do 2 double crochets in that same space. Try and work those ends in, because the more you can work those in, less you have to follow up later. Okay, so this is the start of this row. And so then we're going to come down here and just do a slip stitch right at the top of that double crochet. And then chain 5. And then go back to the 2 chains, that little spot there, and just go in and do a slip stitch. Then you're going to want to chain 3 and do 2 double crochets. 1, 2, and another single crochet, or single slip stitch. This will be your pattern for that first row, and you go all the way around that way. And then as you work around it, you'll build that up, and you'll just be more of this. Now you can alternate between this and this, the salmon color and the chocolate color, or you can pull in your third color. You have a few options to finish your skirt now with just these 2 colors. I'm going to add in a third, so I'm going to finish my row of chocolates, and we'll get back to you with the third row, or the third color. One thing you want to be aware of is that because this is flaring more and more, you don't want that too tight. So as you're doing your chains through here, do them a little bit loose. Now you can see they're not so loose that you can see through them. You don't want them sloppy, but maybe just get them in there snug rather than tight, so that has some give. And that's the only warning that I would give you when changing from this stitch to this one on the other side. All right, we'll see you at the end of this row, or at the end of this color. So I've come to the end of this color, and now I'm going to start my next color. I just start with a slip knot and get it attached on with this single crochet. And then I chain 5. Now we're doing what I like to call the net stitch. I don't know if that's its official name, but that's what I call it. We're just going to chain 5 between each one of these points. And you're going to want to catch just the tips at the highest point on each of these little scallops or arches. and you just go right into it and do a single crochet. It's really quite easy. And we're just going to chain 5 in between each one of these points, and we'll do that all the way around. We'll see you at the end of this row. So we're coming to the end of the row here. We'll go back into that same stitch to finish off this row. Now you can see I have a few shabby ends here, so we're going to try and work those in as we do slip stitches up to the center of this. Of this chain. We want to do that because that's that's our starting line. And then we'll just do a single crochet and chain 5 and just go through the tops of these. 3, 4, and 5, and then into the next one. And I like to do these with slip stitches, so they're just faster and easier. My stitches are slipping all over the place. And we'll just do that. You can do that as wide as you want. And this is how we're going to do this color all the way around. Now from here you can alternate the colors between the 3 different colors however you want. Make your skirt your own. You can even do different stitches. There's no rules. We're freehanding. So this is really a lot of fun to just watch as this skirt develops. The nice thing about these stitches is they alternate easily from one to the next. So you be creative and mix them up, and I will do mine, and we'll finish our skirts, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you for crocheting along with us. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below, and go out and finish those skirts. Have a great day.